Hi, everybody, and welcome to today's session. My name is Justin Crowley here at Forcepoint, and today we're going to discuss Forcepoint 1 DLP. One of the big things that we have within Forcepoint 1 DLP is the broad device coverage. Right? With us not having to install agents, we're now able to cover devices that typically wouldn't be able to cover. If you're looking at Linux, if you're looking at Chromebook devices, personal devices. One of the big use cases that we run into is contractors. I have employees that are on 6-month contracts, 12-month contracts, whatever it may be, but I don't want to give them corporate devices. I don't expect them to install agents or VPN clients on their personal devices. So how do I get them access to my corporate resources as if they were on a corporate device or on the corporate network? And that's where Forcepoint 1 comes into play. So for example, in my workstation here, I could have walked out of an Apple store 5 minutes ago with this device. One of the big use cases and one of the big scenarios that we see is, for example, I'm a remote worker. I'm not close to our head office. My laptop fails and I have some issues with my laptop. How am I supposed to do my job if I no longer have a corporate device? I can't just walk down the hallway to IT and get a loaner. It may be a day or so before I get a device. So with the case of Forcepoint 1, we're now able to allow the users to stay productive. I can now access my corporate resources in the cloud as if I was still on a corporate device. So in this case, through our single sign-on, we're now able to sit in line and authenticate the users. So you see on the screen here, Okta, again, one integration story that we have here is to integrate with the leading IDPs. So in this case, my organization already uses Okta. So we're now able to leverage Okta and sit in line to now authenticate the user. And by doing so, this is where our DLP comes into play. We're now able to proxy this traffic. Now, without having any agents on the device, I can now apply my DLP policy, again, as if I was actually on a corporate device or sitting behind a DLP. So in this case, I have a DLP presentation. I want to go ahead and download this to my device. Again, the presentation is able to download. There's nothing wrong with it. There's no malware in it. There's no keywords or any information in that file that would prevent it from being downloaded. But now if I go to download a file that, say, contains credit card files, our DLP is now able to scan that and say, wait a second, based on our DLP policies, we could be looking at file fingerprinting, we can do exact data matching, we can look at certain keywords. In this case, we're looking for credit card numbers. And we can do this upload as well if I want to make sure Justin's not uploading sensitive content into our Google Drive instance. But this is to show, without having anything installed on the device, I could be logging into this app for the first time on this device, yet our Forcepoint 1 DLP policies are now able to control that data in motion and prevent that data from being uploaded or downloaded. So there we can help control data exfiltration, again, for personal devices and for contractors. So thank you very much for joining today's session.